guys, it's Victoria back with another scrapbook process video, and today I'm going to be scrapbooking a picture of my little girl who was playing with Legos one night, and she loves Legos and has gotten really into Legos, and so I thought I would scrapbook that and put that in her 4-year-old album. She's really into science and building things and all that, so I'm like, yay, at least somebody in this family is. So anyway, I'm taking some last bits of the Scraptastic Kit Club Heart and Races kit. I'm down to the last pieces, and I think I'm pretty much done with this kit. So I'm showing you some of the bits and pieces that I have left over, and I somewhat pre-planned this page because I kind of knew what I wanted to do. I'm going to take a strip of that Shamil Lane paper, and I think it's from her Hopper collection, but I can't remember. And then we had a pattern piece of paper that had several little file tabs on the A side and then that stripe on the B side. And so I cut one of those tabs out, like a file folder tab, cut one of those out, and then I flipped it on the B side with those stripes and wanted to give it the appearance that it's actually a folder that's folded up. And so I'm going to go ahead and map my photo, but before I do that, I think I'm going to go ahead and commit to those layers going down. And these little file folder tabs were so popular with this kit, and they were just, people used them in so many creative ways. So I'm using some Tombow Mono permanent adhesive. I'm going to add my layers. And I'm going to add some pieces of the pattern paper that came with the kit, and I can't remember the manufacturer now, but I cut them down to add layers for my photo, and I'm just layering those pieces. And some of them were cut kind of wonky because I cut them for other purposes. And I like doing that when I'm coming down to the last bit, is to see how I can just use them on my page anyway, no matter how wonky or crooked they may be. So I cut a banner out of a piece of the scrap paper that goes with the kit, and then a pattern paper that goes with the kit, and then I pulled a doily, and I would say this month I've actually used about 2 or 3 doilies in a lot of my pages, so I'm pretty happy about that, because I normally don't. Then I'm going to take a piece of this Teresa Collins paper, and at first I was going to use the floral print, which is the A side, and then I flip it over and it has these green leaves that kind of give it a subtle color, a little pop there at the bottom, and I decided to keep it there. Then I'm going to bring my layers over and play with some positioning before I start adhering. I take one of the manufacturer's strips off of, one of the pattern papers. I can't remember which one it was, but it says love, and it has a little phrase there at the top. And then I pull, we got these beautiful Teresa Collins phrases, and I'm thinking I was going to use it, but it was just a little bit too blingy for what I wanted for this page, so I abandoned that. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the title. And I want the title, at first I wanted to say Lego Smart, but I don't have a T, and I wasn't going to make one. I was too lazy. Those alphas are from We Are Memory Keepers, and I think it's the Farmer's Market collection. And so I'm going to go ahead and get the letters to spell Lego, and I decided I'm going to do Lego Pro, because she is becoming quite a pro at putting together Legos. So I'm trying to figure out my positioning, and then I do something that I haven't done in quite a while. I break out some wax paper, so that I can actually lay out my title first. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this trick before. I actually learned this trick from Mercy Tiara, who's Tracy Ranks here on the YouTube channel, on YouTube. And I thought, wow, that's so brilliant. And then I often forget to do it, and I'll stick my title down, and then I'm ripping stuff up because it's not the spot that I wanted. So I decided, hey, I got a roll of this, so why not use it? So I just go ahead and commit to that title. I'm going to stick it down here in a minute. But first I decide I need some dimensionals on the back of those layers. And so I'm using some square dimensionals from Recollection. And these are a little bit of a thicker, taller adhesive than what I normally use, foam adhesive. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down, and I'm liking how that looks. I wanted the focus to be on the photo. I printed the photo in black and white because I didn't want the colors and the materials I was using to compete with the photo. And I just think that picture just came out super cute in black and white. So I go ahead and lay down my title, and then I'm deciding if there's any stickers that I want to use, and so I pull out what's remaining of the Teresa Collins sticker set that we got with the kit. And I decide to relabel that tab up there, and I think originally it said memories or something like that. I can't remember. And so then I put that sticker up there. Then I find this little banner that has a number 4 because my daughter's 4, and then I have a little circle sticker with some floral in it to kind of bring that element. Then I want to bring in some wood veneer, and I go through my stash and I discover, wow, I've got some really cute wood veneer in there I need to use. So I pull out another set, and what I get are 3 hearts that are right there on the left-hand side of the layout, a couple of arrows that are right by the title, and then a little potty person that I got. And these are all from different manufacturers. I can't remember. The potty people were from Studio Calico, I believe. So I'm going to move my layout to the side. I'm going to grab the ink that came with the kit. And I forget the title of this ink. I'm actually recording this voiceover in our bedroom right now because there's too much commotion going on in my house, and so I don't have the materials in front of me. I want to say it's like a seafoam green, but it goes on really, really light. And then after I cover all of those wood veneers and dab them off, I'm going to stamp them with a Heidi Swap stamp that I purchased this past weekend. And it has script on it, kind of old world script. I'm going to take some of this ink, black ink, VersaFine ink, and then I'm going to pad that stamp, and I'm going to lay my wood veneer that I've already covered with that chalk ink, and it sort of gives it this nice little printed look. And that's a good way to sort of personalize your wood veneer and do something different on your layout. So that's what I'm doing to the arrows and the hearts. So once I got those all good and stamped up, I'm going to go ahead and put those on the page. So I'm going to do that with some glossy accents. And of course, glossy accents can be used as an adhesive, and it can be used to make elements on your page glossy, hence the name glossy accents. So I'm going to use a little bit of that to put those wood elements down, and I think my little applicator is is glued up. So I'm looking for a pin. I don't know why I didn't delete this section out. Sometimes you'll see people keep a pin in their glossy accents bottle to prevent this. So I went ahead and unclogged that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of these wood veneers and start putting them in place. And the first ones that I'm doing are the hearts, or I'm sorry, the potty person that's going to go right there in that little cluster on the banner. And that little woman or little girl represents my daughter. And then I'm going to put the hearts at the top left corner, and of course adhering those with glossy accents as well. I'm moving them around, trying to see how I want them positioned. And you'll find that a lot of scrapbookers will subscribe to putting clusters around various elements on their page, whether you do them in odd numbers, clusters of 3 or not. I don't subscribe to any rule. If it looks good to me, I'm just going to cluster it up and keep it moving. I am kind of partial to odd number things, but hey, if it looks good, it looks good. So I go ahead and put those arrows right by the title to give it a little bit of direction and some movement. And then I'm repositioning some layers. I went ahead and journaled on the page, and I didn't like it. So I didn't like the way it looked. And sometimes on pages, sometimes I feel really compelled to journal, and sometimes I don't, because I just don't like the way that it looks, and I'm too lazy to do hidden journaling. So I just leave it as it is. There's not a really big story on here other than kind of recording the fact that she likes playing with Legos. So I get out some flair, and I put a flair pin up there, and I think it says Hey World, and I got that from 2 Peas and a bucket when they were open. And then I'm going to bust out some enamel dots because, you know, you just have to. That's the law. You have to use enamel dots on your scrapbook pages. I just made that up. Okay, so I'm putting those at various parts. I'm thinking I'm going to put a little cluster there, and then I'm going to end up changing my mind. I'm going to put it on the left bottom of that page. I wanted to add a little bit more color and a little bit more texture to the page, and enamel dots always do the trick. Love those things. And I have to hide them from my little girl because then they'll be all over her stuff. And I'm already battling the washi tape battle because she takes all my washi tape. Okay, so here's the finished layout, and I'm showing you some different elements on the page. So I think I'm pretty much done with the October kit. This was the last layout that I'll do. I might do a couple of cards. But here's some pictures coming up. Thanks, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.